So I found a video made by HFAMC which narrates a story of a guy that got his world cloned and himself cloned too. But the thing is that he only narrated it. He didn't solve the ARG, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. And the video links in the description. So if you want to watch the original and maybe solve the ARG fully, because spoiler alert, I could not solve it fully. So let's get it. Right from the start, we see the player spawning in a mindset which is very uncommon for Bedrock Edition, because I used to be a main Bedrock player. I played Bedrock for 2 years and this has never happened to me, I think. So already it's very weird. From the start, we can see that this mindset just seems to clone itself over and over again, which we will see later. Like now, but the weird thing that HFA did not see in this video is that there aren't no mobs. Now, it could just be that the player's on peaceful mode, but I'll need more evidence to see if that's true. Right about here, we see something very weird. A player that is a clone of the protagonist in the video. Now, what I can currently refer from this is that that clone seems to copy what the protagonist does, but it's a bit faster than the protagonist, so it's like prediction. But we will need more proof still. At least for the beginning, this is what it seems like. Another thing to note is that I haven't seen any minecart chests with the loot in them yet. It's kind of weird, but it could still be explained because of the weird seed, I guess. It's still quite uncommon to not see a minecart chest yet, because those are very common in minesets. Wait a minute, pause. Leaf litter only spawns on ground, near forests and trees, right? I don't think it spawns underground, so how does the player have leaf litter in their inventory? That's another mystery for later, but the narrator HFA shows the player's situation as hopeless. But I'm not sure if that's entirely true. I feel like the player could still do something. That noise doesn't seem so Minecrafty, really. But then and again, can't the player just make tools and mine up? But maybe he can't. Maybe he's helpless, or maybe he's too brave. Maybe if he's too brave, then he'll get caught in a mess that he could never solve. let's recap. So we heard some sounds of heartbeats or footsteps and they get louder by the second. That makes no sense. That should not be possible. But then after that, the player sees his clone in an iron chest plate. This is very weird, but perhaps we could see that the clone is a bit faster than the player, but does the same things as the player does. Well, that should be proved in about a second. The player seems to be on 1.21.11 or a version higher than that currently. The player proceeds to take an iron chest plate, and an iron chest plate was the one that the clone was wearing before. So this still stands with my theory that the clone moves faster than the player, but does the same things that the player does. I think some changes are made with the clone, which I think will be proved later on in the video. Another thing to note is that this is the first minecart with a chest that we have ever seen in the mineshaft, which is very weird because mineshaft should have a lot of minecart with chests, especially one that is endless like this and continues to copy itself, right? So here in this footage we see the player making a base. I think the clone has some sort of intelligence that lets it know where the player is and what to do and how to do stuff. Is it the player itself? Or is the clone something different? So after this, we see the player moving back to his base, and he makes an iron axe in some time. I don't know why he would do that and not make an iron pickaxe for diamonds. The player might have forgot his brain a bit, but I guess whatever it is, so. Because the player made an iron axe, I feel like the player is just going to mine wood for some time now. But I'm not sure what the player will do next. But only we will see that after the footage. The clone... The build got cloned. So the build got cloned now. So the things that the player makes or things that gets cloned after a few seconds, so it's like later in time. Yeah, later in time, so like this cloned, so the things that the player does gets cloned after a few seconds, so that the things that the player makes gets cloned after a few seconds. So doesn't that mean that the things that the player makes gets cloned, but that is slower? It seems like a bunch of timelines falling in place. Maybe it's many timelines merging into one. HFA says that the player is trying to make contact with the anomaly, but currently what I feel like the player is doing is just trying to explore the mineshaft currently, because I think the player has a brain and doesn't want to deal with an anomaly. Pardon me, I guess. So, player may or may not be trying to kill the anomaly, which is a bad idea because this is an ARG and ARGs do not have a happy ending. So, the one thing I don't understand about the player is why not mine up and escape the mineshaft, you know? I think that's still a very likely possibility if he still does it. Does he think that the mine? Well, what if the mineshaft just clones upwards to like height limit or something, or further than height limit? But that would make no sense. The game's laws wouldn't allow it. The player just needs to build up and he'll be safe. But the player doesn't. He wants to fight the anomaly. He wants to remove it from the world. This bravery will come at a cost, potentially of his life, or whatever makes him him. Just saw a glimpse of the clone and no armor here. What? Does it seem like the clone can teleport? We've seen that before. About like a minute before, it seems like the clone can just teleport. And the clone has added maybe a bit more than a few things, but minor inconvenience for now. First we deal with the clone and then deal with this arrangement of blast furnaces and smokers and stuff like this. The clone seems to be advancing too. I guess they both are fighting each other. Or maybe here, the player aims to kill the clone, but when he tries to kill it, he gets greeted by Steve Noyes. That's what I'm gonna call him. That's it. If any of you could fully solve the ARG, that would be great. The video link will be in the description, so good luck if you do try.